Long time ago, in a mystical land far away. It's FARALAND. See what I did there? Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Salad Ventures, and we are absolutely delighted to present to you today FARALAND, which is a brand new concept on the mobile device, and of course coming to you as none other than a role-playing strategy war game with the control of 7 races that include humans, orcs, elves, fairies, dragonborns, angels, and demons, all with different abilities and stats for you to get rich once again in FARALAND. Now, before we go into the technical details about the different races, what their stats can do for them, what their items can do for them, and how does that translate into the PvE and PvP aspect of the game, I thought I'll just take this opportunity to allow us to dive into the experience. Before the arena itself, we have the current expeditions map that you see before you that will allow your team to undertake quests and earn rewards for yourself. So basically every FARALAND team will consist of 3 heroes, and you just need to deploy them by clicking on the buttons over to the left. Alright, so you can see that for my very first slot, I have a fairy, and he is currently equipped with all the necessary tools and equipment, including a pet and companion as well. We got the Demon Queen, which is a very rare race in FARALAND. She's probably worth thousands and thousands of US dollars. And the only thing is that I didn't get a main weapon equipped. She's holding a soul orb. But of course, this will ultimately improve her intelligence, thus increasing her magical damage. And she is definitely a very strong race. Now, we won't really get to see that in the arena. You will see what I am talking about very soon. But for the PvE, the expeditions, right, she does do a fair amount of damage. Now, for the humans, they are the more common race. And ideally, you want to start with the humans, work your way up, equip them accordingly so that you can start to earn. And they can be pretty strong and you can build them accordingly. So some of them you can actually build towards performing magical damage if they have higher intelligence. And of course, primarily you want to have them as warriors, as tanks, because they do have pretty decent physical damage and physical defense. Now, the reason why that I'm referring to how a human can be scaled accordingly is that you notice that their stats will vary. So for this particular human that is quite well decked out, is actually not the best to have in your team, because you notice that his intelligence is a whopping 13 compared to 10, alright? So this guy is actually a lot smarter than compared to a regular human, alright? So quite detrimental if you want to use him for physical damage and physical defense, because obviously those points in intelligence could be used in strength, alright? But those are the base stats. If you equip him properly, he's still going to be strong regardless. So this portion over here, right, actually talks about how the stats help. And there is actually another page on the blog. Now, we're going to put all the links below so that you guys can just click and get all the information you need. So this is a very good example of what I was just referring to, right? Because his intelligence is so much higher than his strength, and a lot of it also went into the agility as well. So you compare a standard human, right? They have 14 strength, 12 strength, and our dude over here just so happens to have 10, alright? So his agility is not fantastic as well. Compared to this particular screenshot, it's 11. But you can see that for them, it's 6 or 9 for the 2 examples, and he has a whopping 13 intelligence. So this is just what I'm referring to about being able to spot the right humans for the right class that you intend to play. And I do believe that humans can also be mages, alright? So ideally, this dude is supposed to be a mage because he has a much higher intelligence base stat compared to the rest of his kind, alright? So we won't go into full detail here, but basically all the items that you equip will give them a certain threshold to meet. And when you do that, you will get your bonus physical damage, physical defense, depending on certain tiers of strength, agility, intelligence, and luck that you're able to establish on the hero with a combination of their base stats and also their equipment. Now, I can't go into exact detail about how strong they can get with different thresholds, but we will in the near future. But just do bear in mind that this, of course, plays it into effect for both the PvE and also the PvP concept, alright? So basically, you are set in the role-playing world, And you have a lot of quests and stories to follow in FARALAND. And you start out at Helga, which is the main place. And then after that, it will send you to different towns where you will meet other NPCs, fulfill their quests, and earn accordingly, alright? So, I am now in the Gruyères region, alright? So, the travel there is going to cost me 1 energy, so I'm not going to waste it. You can see there in the top left, you have your energy count, you have your gold count, and you have your soul stone count. Now, soul stones are actually earned during the expedition as well, but they drop very rarely. If you get them, you can convert them to the FARA token, alright? Which is the main token, of course. And currently right now, that is valued at approximately 0.4 USDT. By getting the soul stone, you can also use that to summon Demis, alright? Which is a different version of your heroes. And this is actually in the main portal right here, right? The summon section will sort of like act as a rental of heroes, so to speak. So they rent you a hero, and you only need to pay about 3 FARA. That's value over $1, right? And 36 soul stones, and you get yourself a Demi Hero. Now, the catch is that if you want to keep the Demi Hero alive, you need to feed it soul stones after every 7 days. And after every week, the cost to keep the Demi alive will only increase, okay? So we won't go into too much detail there, just giving you some idea about the utility of the soul stone. But in the long run, you want to earn the soul stones and you want to earn the gems, right? Gems are dropped from bosses. Very rarely will you encounter a boss, and they can, of course, convert into FARA, which then, of course, you can convert into your actual real-time currency. Soul stones are a recent update as well. You can use them to upgrade your body parts, alright? And that will also increase your stats as well, because their body parts starting out at like common, uncommon, etc., right? So if we go into, let's see, the heroes page, you will see that you have all these humans listed. We talked about how cheap the humans can be, and they're just starting out at 0.279 BNB. That's just 110 USD. And you can see that the rarity of the body parts that I was briefly mentioning about includes rare, epic, common, uncommon, mythical, and legendary, alright? So you can actually use the soul stones in the future to beef up their body parts and thus increasing your base stats, alright? That's going to go a long way, especially when you want to make every single attribute count for quality in Expedition and also in the arena. Now, just like any role-playing game, you're going to need items, you're going to need equipment, and that, of course, plays a huge part into giving your hero those bonus stats as well. You can see that for the Legolas gloves, it gives you 4 hit points, it gives you 1 speed, and if you put them together as a set, 2 items, it'll give you an extra bonus, 4 items, an additional bonus, and 6 items, an even bigger bonus, alright? So for those of you who are very familiar with role-playing games, alright, this is exactly what it's going to be like. And ultimately, that is where your utility of FARA, the soul stones, all come into play. So, we wanted to highlight just a little bit more here on the elementals, alright? So this is the body part page that I was referring to just moments ago, and this will in fact help you with special skills, separate hidden skills as well, alright? So this is all going to go a long way towards you dominating expeditions and in the arena. The element, of course, here is very important because the races themselves, right? They do not have a racial class advantage over other races. How it works is that it's the type that counters other types, okay? So you can see, for example, you have your fire element that's going to do great against these 2 classes. You have your water element that obviously does great against the fire element, so on and so forth. So the thing about the arena is that later on you will see you will not actually be able to tell what element are your opponents. So you are pretty much going in blind, and you need to play just as smartly as you can, using the best tactical awareness you got, and hopefully your element, and hope that your element is stronger than your opponents, alright? This is one feature that we thought we'll highlight. These are the heroes that we mentioned, and of course right now, I just want to give everybody the opportunity to see how does the game actually function. So we mentioned we were at Gruyères earlier on, and we're doing a quest, right? We have Edith, she is from Helga, which is the main town just further up the road, and she has tasked us to kill wolflings, mad tigers, petty skulls, and mushrooms. Now, they're all in this area. You just need to hit the search button. Your 3 heroes jump around on beanbags, they get into a line, and they will bump into a random group of monsters, and that's it, alright? It's all automatic. They will fly out, perform damage according to your stats, your equipment, etc. and the game is won just like that. Now, don't be fooled. This is a very, very simple part of the map, part of the zone, and these guys are very leveled up, all right? Because this is a test account, so I was granted these heroes to play and get a feel of the game. They're very high level, okay? And one of the ways that you can actually get your heroes leveled up, aside from playing the game and earning experience points, is to stake FARA tokens, all right? So I know a lot of players have done that very early on, so they got very beastly heroes, and it's just going to be a breeze to walk through the early stages of FARALAND, all right? You can see that they are barely posing any threat. Sometimes when you face the monsters, you don't really get a big group, and that can be a bit of a bummer because you end up spending that energy there. But of course, you hope that every single run would end up facing at least 3 enemies, and possibly sometimes dropping the soul stone as well. You can see that I've earned about 15 soul stones. You can earn soul stones from quests as well, all right? So we're just gonna go ahead and turn in this quest, and we're gonna see where they lead us to for the next part of the story. And then further on, we are going to look, in fact, into the arena, all right? So I'm not gonna have you sit here with me for the final 10 or final 5 and the final 2 of the Mad Tigers, but once that is done, we'll check in with our NPC once again, who is in Helga, all right? So it's just a few more searches away. All right, it looks like I am just one wolfling away from completing the quest, and thank you very much. We got him right here with the petty skull. So if you actually pop into your quest, you can then see, of course, that has been updated with a big check mark, and we're on our way to get our 200 gold, your experience points, and also your energy. Now gold, of course, will be used to buy items, whether it's health potions, revive potions if you lose your hero in the expedition, and then also go towards the crafting of items as well, which is very, very important. You notice that in my inventory, right, I have the health potions, which are purchased from the store, and I have the materials as well. We picked up wolf blood from encountering a wolf during the story, all right? We picked up the option to heal the wolf, and he ended up giving us the wolf blood, all right? And of course, this will go towards the crafting of your werewolf armor, and these will end up as NFTs as well, all right? So very exciting stuff in that regard. There is a success rate, and there is also a random rarity generation, okay? So that is all going to come into play in the very near future. Now that we are done with the quest, we can go ahead and spend that 1 energy to make that trip back to Helga. And now that we are there, we just need to click on the castle itself, click on Edith, confirm the completion of the quest. She'll have a quick chat with you, saying that was amazing and all. And now you can see that there is actually a soul stone here, right? Reward for talking to Kelly Faye, all right? They need help. Okay, great. We will check them out. All right, and Zakzakil is giving us another 2 more soul stones, all right? This King of Helga, for us to win 20 battles. So you want to take up both quests, okay? Once that is done, we check on Edith. Edith has nothing. Then of course this is the shop that I was mentioning before, where you can use your gold coins to buy the potions. They're not too necessary for me, because the opponent monsters do not even get a chance to hit. And they cleared the debris there, as you can see, all right? So we're just going to pull down and go over to Creta, where apparently there is some danger and something that we need to assist, all right? So the heroes, they make that little trek down, and now they find themselves in the pigsty. We go ahead and click this, and there is Khalife here, who is an orc. Okay, so hello to you. We confirmed this with the orc, and we get ourselves a nice soul stone. Thank you. All right, once more to be actually converted into real currency. And wow, looking at 5 soul stones if we kill 10 bee troops, 10 rattlers, and 10 spiderlings over at the cask field. All right, so we've accepted that. Again, hit the search. The different zones will appear, so you can see that cask field is right outside Helga. Forbidden Catacombs and the Neck Hills are locked, all right? So that is further down the quest line, I believe. These are level 6, level 9, level 8 monsters. And that is probably pertaining to your level, right? So again, my level 27, level 29, level 37 demon is not going to face any problem at all when it comes to facing these monsters, all right? But of course, there will definitely be a more exciting, more fun element if your heroes are going up against strong monsters. There's going to be a lot of management involved, there is going to be a lot of RNG involved, and that's going to add to the excitement, add to the adrenaline of you being able to clear your expeditions and moving up this quest ladder. All right, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to have a go within the arena. All right, so you just jump into the lobby and they will showcase the 3 heroes that you have listed down, and then all the course you need to do is to punch that start button and a search will commence. All right, so now while they are searching for an opponent, all right, what I want to do is talk to you guys very briefly about the PvP tutorial. All right, it's going to be set in grids and in tiles. All right, and basically what you need to do is to move your heroes so that they are in range in order to attack your opponents. All right, so you can see that there are some hollow terrain and there are some pond terrains. All right, so you are able to sort of fly and hover over those if your characters have wings. All right, so Demon Queen, Angel, and your fairies obviously will have a lot more mobility when it comes to moving across the zone. All right, the human, however, very interesting. As he goes down into the pond, he will take 1.5 action to go in. All right, so it's like 1.5 tiles to go in and 1.5 steps to climb out. All right, so it's a total movement of 3 just to go into the pond and just to come out. Whereas for the winged character who is already standing in front of the pond, just to get across, it's only going to cost 2 movements. All right, because you can just fly right over the pond itself. Now, the weapons will play a very big part in determining just how you're able to move and also how close you need to be to strike your opponent. So you can see here that melee weapons like the sword, the spear, the axe, and the hook will give your heroes a 3-tile movement. Small melee weapons like a dagger, this is a fairy holding onto the dagger. Great mobility, great speed, that's going to be 4-tile movement across the map. And you also have your bows, which of course they will move a lot slower, so they're only moving 2 tiles at a time. I think my fairy, he is holding on to a wand. All right, so you can only move 2 tiles. We will verify that in a short moment. And of course, there are some equipment, passive skills, and active skills that will allow you to enjoy better movement across the map. The normal attack, of course, is just by being within a 1-tile range. All right, so that's for melee characters where you need to go right in front of the opponent and just go ahead and hit them. And then the bow, the ranged weapon, you can even attack targets within the 3 or the 4 tiles. All right, so it's either or, but you cannot attack targets in the tile in front of you and on the 2-tile range as well. All right, so you gotta have that distancing. So normally you see what people do is that they'll move their characters back before they start shooting. All right, and of course, if you're able to plant your ranged character within a certain way, the opponent will actually take a lot of damage as they come towards you. All right, so that is something key to take note of when you are using your bow. They don't really talk about the wand. Okay, the wand is here, sorry. Yes, they talk about it, the 2-3 tiles. That's for the staff, all right? So this is a little bit different than the bow, all right? You can actually strike those that are within 2 tiles, but not 4 tiles, all right? But if there is somebody right in your face, you're gonna have to pull back in order to lay down that damage. I think three tiles is actually very decent, all right? Because I've been using my fairy for a couple of times, and he does get a very, very solid amount of range, all right? And that is very, very impressive. So with that is the PvP breakdown. All right, so we were doing a little bit of reading prior to our matchup in the arena, and we just want to highlight again on some of the bonuses and ways that you can increase your output in the expeditions and also in the arena. We're looking at the elves, for example, and you can see that for this male elf, right, he's got all of his stats lined up such as it is, and of course you can increase those accordingly by putting on your equipment, whether it's your boots, your gloves, your chest, your armor, your pants, and definitely your weapon itself. Now, what was also highlighted in the instructions, right, is that the rarer the body part, the better your base stats is going to be. And there are some that will actually open up different storylines, all right? So as you go down faraland.io/instructions, there is a separate tab here that indicates that, and that is actually part of the hero stat feature, this portion over here rather, with the different body parts, all right? So you can see that heroes who own a body part with rarity of legendary and mythical will have more special abilities than normal heroes. They can learn special skills that correspond to each body part, all right? So when it comes to actually making your first purchase, and if you're looking to invest into your team, you are definitely looking for those with more body parts, more rarer body parts, and that will ultimately be a better investment for you in the long run, all right? So you can see that for the elves, they're currently priced at about 0.7 BNB. There are some that are cheaper as well. If you go and pick out an orc, for example, you will find that they are very, very similar price range. You just need to find one, of course, that fits the bill. Like this fella, great. You know, low intelligence, and he's got very low agility. So a lot of that has just been thrust into his strength, all right? So this is quite phenomenal. He's at 18 strength. And I'm just curious to see whether we can find that specifically if we start out maybe at 18, all right? That dude was at 18. And you have all of these options available for you. Now, I'm wondering that if they will give us better strength, stronger orcs, right? And would they be of a higher level? No. So these are definitely fantastic, you see. We're all the way up to 20. And, okay, it's starting to get a little bit more pricey. Yes, you saw that it was like 0.7 for the 18 strength orc. Well, we did see that guy with 18 strength, all right? Perhaps I was mistaken, all right? But I thought I glanced at one that was only at 0.7. I thought I did, right? But when we moved up the filter to 18, right, you notice that the cheapest orc on sale is... Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, that was my bad. Yes, you do... I was on page 3 there. We'll start again. We'll start again. We go to 20. Okay, so from 18 all the way up to 20, that's going to be a jump from 0.7 to 1 BNB. And this guy is currently right now smack on the floor. He is 13, level 13, great strength. He's got great items. He's missing a helmet, but he's got 6 body parts as well, right? He's got a tattoo. And from what we were told, tattoos and different body parts will give you more storylines and more opportunities to have those extra skills, all right? So this guy is definitely a great steal, in my opinion, right? He's got the epic warlord. That's gonna be his hair. He's got the executor mouth. That's epic as well. He's got the scar, which is the scratch on the left. And for the tattoo, he has the warrior. He's got the basic common green skin, and he's got the madness eyes, and that is listed down as rare. And he has already been leveled up quite significantly, and he's of the water element, all right? So yeah, very good deal, I must say. And he is currently right now the awesome floor in the orc market, all right? So you definitely want to get yourself an orc if you want to build yourself a team. Perhaps put a couple of elves behind with the bows, or maybe even one more damage dealer as well, right? There are many ways that you can go about building your team. As we go and jump over to the fairies, I need to go back into the advanced section here, pull all this way down to 0. And we're starting out at 1.3, 1.4, 1.45 for the fairies, all right? So don't forget, because of their winged capabilities, they have a lot of better movement across. And not only that, when you combine that with the use of a dagger, they're going to be flying across the map, and you're going to have a lot of mobility to get to your opponents and finish them off in style. And you can even give them the wands or the staffs as well, and that will give them that range, all right? So having that great mobility and having that range damage down is something that you can very much actively consider if you want to get yourself a fairy, all right? But do bear in mind, because they are a rarer race, you're going to be paying a lot more. There's a nice little Demi page that we got here. This is quite interesting. These were the ones that were actually summoned. And don't forget, they got that short lifespan, all right? So you can see they're barely going for anything right now. $6, 15 FARA, all right? Because again, if you have one, you will actually need to revive that Demi once it runs out of its activation days. All right, once it's activated, it has a week to serve you. There you go. It is officially inactive. All right, so if you want to activate it back, you're gonna have to feed it soul stones, and the more times you activate it, the more times you are going to have to spend those soul stones. All right, let's not look at the Demi. And yeah, so on and so forth. You go up to Dragon. Floor price, this guy just at 5 BNB. Very, very nice. We got a nice demon here as well, selling for 45 BNB, 17,000 US dollars. And the angels, all right, the floor price, 50 BNB. And that is going at a whopping 20,000 US dollars, all right, because these are so rare. All right, how they actually got these were through the original minting, and you can also find out more about the gacha concepts that you have in the future, where you can get, of course, your weapons, but primarily now the focus is getting into the game, getting your expeditions done, and of course diving into the arena. All right, we found ourselves our game. And now we are set to do battle against Lua 686868. Alright, he has just started out by moving the L forward. And I don't want to do that. Okay, so he is able to move 2 tiles. So he's going to be up to here. And then he will be in range if I step here. Alright, so I'm just going to go and move my guy to this tile. So there is no way he can hit me. Even if he does move 2 steps forward later on. And I just need to get my fairy as close as possible. Alright, so these are the hollow tiles that we talked about earlier, and these are the pawn tiles. Alright, so you can walk over the pawn tiles if you are wingless, but definitely not over the hover tiles. Okay, I'm just gonna get my demon to move here. Alright, and she's not gonna do a lot of damage. Okay, you will get to see that in a moment because she does not have a main weapon. All right, you can see here there's a little timer that indicates the amount of time that they have. You can hit that shield button so that you skip your turn, and I gotta be very careful about this because my demon is absolutely useless against this orc, and he looks really strong. All right, so what I need to do is I need to get rid of both the elf and the fairy, which is definitely not going to be easy. And then I gotta try and finish up the orc with at least 2 of them. All right, so now we know that even if he's able to move 2 tiles forward, he's not going to be able to shoot, alright? So that's what he did. He didn't really position himself that way. And let's say if he was to go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, he might be in range here for the human, alright? So what I'm going to do is that I'm just not going to do anything, okay? I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to make sure that he stays perfectly still. And I'm able to move, let's see, I'm not able to move across this tile, even though it's a double tile movement, alright? So what this potentially means is that you have to use up your moves when you get over to that part there, alright? So I just didn't do anything there again. I want to get a sense of what his direction is going to be like. I'm very concerned about this, to be very frank with you. Not sure what does he want to do. He's coming down the middle. And I think she's going to try and move her fairy. Alright, she can hit up to 3. So we don't want to go down that line there. Okay. And now here's a bit of a problem. He's sort of snaking down. So if he comes here, he's still not going to be in range. Right, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. He could be in range, so I gotta keep my human there. And he's bringing his orc back around, so I'm just gonna bring my fairy back here, set up a very defensive position, because we all know that my demon queen is not gonna do a lot of damage. I mean, at least I know. You guys don't know anything about that yet. Oh man, I wish she could pack a punch though, but you know, yeah, we're very grateful to have this test account anyway, so we're just gonna experience this bit by bit. And she can hit up to 3 tiles, and she can probably step on the pawn.
Don't forget me.
Oh, and she can't hit yet. Okay, so that's fantastic. Alright, she couldn't hit yet, and she made a very aggressive step forward. Alright, so what this means is that we gotta go. Alright, we gotta go. We're gonna move in front of her, And we're gonna smack her with this gigantic axe that we're holding. Oh, we missed! Oh, no! No, that's not cool, man. That is definitely not cool. That is not cool. And now I'm a little bit concerned. Like, okay, if I step here, will I be able to shoot her? Yes, I can. All right, because that's a 1, 2, 3 tiles. Okay, so I am able to shoot her, and that was a huge miss to get, man. I'm just so bummed out by that. I'm so bummed out by that. I'm gonna try and take some heat off my my human. So I'm just gonna move my demon queen down just to give the elf a little bit of a cheap shot at me. I don't know whether he'll go for it, but now my human's in a lot of trouble, right? He's gonna go and take a big hit from this orc there, but it doesn't do much damage. Maybe because of my equipment and maybe because of my level, all right? So now he's running away, as he rightfully should, and he needs to shoot now, or rather she misses. Oh yes. Okay, I needed that. And okay, that's very interesting. He can hit though. He can hit, yeah, because that's 4 tiles. That's 4 tiles, and I'm hoping that I can strike her. I'm hoping I can strike her. I can. Okay, so I used up both of my tile moves there because remember, it takes 1 movement to get to that. Oh no, I didn't hit in time. Oh my goodness, I was thinking about it and I didn't do it. Like, what the heck is wrong with me? I just wasted a huge opportunity to kill the fairy, and I missed my opportunity entirely. Okay, I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble. We're gonna leave that orc there in the middle. He's probably gonna go after my demon queen in a bit. How much damage can we do on... Oh my goodness, we miss. Oh, this is not looking good, guys. And now the orc has a complete choice of what to do. And he's just gonna go and stab the human, which is big damage again. And don't forget, if she moves past a certain point, I'm not going to be able to hit her. Alright, because she's moving that curve so well. So I have to turn my attention to the orc now. Alright, because I'm not gonna have the tile movement to get across, right? But my human is so tanky. Oh wait, he can actually hit. Alright, because that's what we need to do. That is what we need to do. We need to get rid of her. And she's down. She's out for the count. Okay, so freaking A. That was majestic, but now my fairy's a little bit naked. Alright, so I do not like that. I do not like the fact that he's a little bit naked. So what? Okay, let's just move here. Oh man, I didn't have enough time. What is the matter with me? Okay, the time you have is inclusive to attack as well, so you can't dilly-dally, guys. Okay, she does very little damage. You saw that. That was only 29. That barely scratched the elf there. And okay, I'm in all sorts of trouble right now. With the fairy. Okay, and I already said it before. I need to have all 3 of them to take down the orc. If not, that's gonna spell big problems for me. And right now, he's just desperately trying to get rid of my human here. Alright, we're gonna try and corner him. That's huge damage, by the way. Yes, very nice damage. Okay, I'm gonna go to this part here. I wonder if he can hit me if I'm hovering over the hollow terrain. Ooh, that's 163! Holy cow, that damage. I definitely did not win on brains, but I definitely had a level advantage of some sort. And I'm just hoping that he doesn't crit, because if he doesn't crit, okay, that's great. That's 94. That's a big punch, by the way. But I think my fairy is gonna be able to kill him in the next round, based on what I've seen there. All right. And now, ooh, wow, that's a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage for the demon queen there. Okay, again, because she's not equipped. Oh no. We definitely needed to... Oh man, that was not cool. Oh wow, that's a big hit. I should have killed him and then made my way down so I can help out with the elf, because he's looking very strong. I'm hoping he's not gonna kill the human here, because it does look that he's so beefy. But I have to move quickly because that was my turn and I just completely forgot about that. Okay, there we go. 35, that's a lot better than the previous attempt, trust me. But yeah, he's pretty much done. He's running for his life right now. And the one thing he could do is get a crit on either one of them. But he does not, alright? And I think that should be GG there. Yep, there we go. That's him dead. Okay, so again, in a much closer battle, a lot of decisions that I made could have been a lot better. Especially with my lack of decision making, I failed to hit a couple of attacks, and my human took a huge beating, and was able to come out tops there. But what I liked about that approach is that we sort of went after the ranged characters with the human and the demon queen, and we sort of had the fairy at the back end there to try and get that damage across from range because he does a lot of damage. He's very overpowered, and then the orc came after him, and the orc, fair credit to the orc, tried his best to kill him. But the fairy damage was just too insane, which can only lead me to believe that might have been an elemental advantage there, alright? Because 163 damage from that first hit was insane. I think we took away about 80% of his health, so I was very, very fortunate. Right, so with that, that is your experience of FARALAND, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get rich together. And once more, don't forget to check out all the links below so that you know exactly where to hit to. And more importantly, get your first set of heroes, try out the game, and you're going to keep expanding and growing as we all explore FARALAND together. Once again, this is Captain Aqua. Thank you so much on behalf of Salad Ventures, and we'll see you for the next video. Bye-bye.